connection from the past to the present. Today, this is a little known fact, but it's been out there, and you can, after we're done today, you can go look this up yourself, is that 1 out of 200 people living today is the direct genetic descendant of Genghis Khan. 1 out of 200 people can claim Genghis Khan as their great ancestor. And that's across the entire planet. If you go to Mongolia, it's 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 people living in Mongolia can claim Genghis Khan as their great descendant. They did this from starting the haploid group of the Y chromosome. It's pretty much accepted this is probably true. But, you know, Genghis Khan had multiple wives, conquered most of the known world, so, you know, theoretically I could see him spreading his genetic legacies, shall we say, across the globe. But I like that. I like the fact that, you know, history can still have that fact that one individual from the 13th century in Mongolia has such an effect that 1 out of 200 people today can claim that the treasure's ever found, that you are own part of it, because you are his great descendant. So again, I'm not going to tell you how the two connect. I'm not going to tell you how Genghis Khan has to do with the insubstantiality of Bob. Hopefully you'll discover that during the reading. You'll have as much fun as I had writing it. And that's the Eye of God. So I'm going to leave my formal discussion about the book right there at the table and leave things unanswered. It's a big adventure, a lot of changes for those that have been following Sigma from the beginning. Just as I warn people at every signing, gird your loins for those that have been following from the beginning. Things change. Nothing is static. And I'll end my talk right there and just see what questions we might have in the audience today.
So why did you decide to kill someone? I haven't read it yet, but you did put it on your Facebook page that someone dies. And have you?
Well, that's no surprise. People die all the time in my novels.
But
Why?
Did you get a lot of hate mail for it?
One. So far. It's been a week.
Yeah.
Give it time. No, I mean, I don't kill needlessly. There's deaths need to make sense. I don't like people that just arbitrarily just kill people. I don't do just it makes sense that this happens, and it's pivotal to the story. Big twist at the end of this book tied to that. So it's not a frivolous death. There's a reason for it.
It better be a good one.
Uh-oh.
I finished it last night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good.
So thank you. So good twist. I mean, there's a reason there the death was there. Yes. See, he concurs. I can kill more people.
No.
And by the way, just you know, people always ask, "Oh, Jim, put me in your book. Put me in your book. Put me in your book." And I always tell them, "Well, I will, but if I do, I get to kill you in some horrible, horrible fashion." So if somebody in my book dies in a horrible, horrible fashion, it's probably for him. So there is a reason I do it. So anybody else? I'm sorry. No, I can't do that. Just one question. Is that it? How easy people are. Yes.
What are you going to work on next?
Several things. There's a sequel to Blood Gospel called Innocent Blood, comes out this December. It's already finished with Rebecca and I finished that. Tucker and Kane from Bloodline, I've spun them off into a solo adventure that'll be coming out next April. And I'm just about finished book number, the 014, or the 014, that makes sense, next Sigma book for next summer. And I think that's plenty. I'm tired.
Can you give us any insight on the next Sigma book?
No. It's cool. Yeah.
Are you ever planning on going back and writing any more of the fantasy fiction that you wrote under?
My secret alternate pen name?
Yes.
Yes. Yes and yes.
Okay.
So third book of the Godspell is already written. We talked to a publisher. What we're going to do is when we're at the 4th one, when that one's done, they're going to re-release them. So when that's in the track of being published, we'll be ready to the 5th one. So that we can be on every year. So we don't do the George R. R. Martin route. Hope he doesn't die.
So what is the other? What is your other one?
Talk to him. Secret. No, it's James Clemens. It's a poorly kept secret. 2 more questions? Obviously, 2 more questions. Yes.
Want to go to CERN and ask them some questions in Switzerland?
I would love to. That would be so cool. I know they're doing something really weird over there. They're just not telling people. Okay, I'm going to do both of these. I'm going to do 2 more questions. I'm going to do 2 because you're getting hands on there. I hate just picking, going, haha, too bad for you. So we'll answer these 2 questions. We'll call it quits. Yes.
I love all the books. I'm very excited about any of them
Into movies. Again, I have no absolute control over the matter. Everything has been optioned by Hollywood at one point or another, including the Sigma series is under current option. There's one book that's moving towards it. That's all I can say. I can't give any more detail than that. That's Amazonia. How many people have read Amazonia? For those that haven't read it, there's a mutagen that gets loose in the jungle, starts to mutate these various jungle animals, maybe combining different jungle animals together. In that book, I cross a poison dart frog with a piranha. So if you're being eaten by a piranha in the river, you try to run out, it can chase you, and it's poisonous. That's always been an option. Hollywood option means that they're renting your rights for a certain chunk of time, and once that chunk of time is over, the rights return to you, or they can renew it. That's been renewed. So finally, it looks like there's something forward, finally looking more positive in that regard. I've always wanted to see that, because there's some cool creatures in that book. I just like to see on the big screen myself. But mostly I'd like to see like the, the Burger King tie-in, or the, buy Happy Meal, get a plushy piranha frog for your kid. Squeeze it, squirts out poison. One of these days, hopefully. So you had a question, sir.
What led you to leave to transition from your standalones to the Sigma?
The transition from the standalones to the Sigma. For those that don't know the path of James Rollins, most of the books initially were standalone adventures. Then Sandstorm came out, and when I wrote Sandstorm, I thought it was standalone too. That was not in preparation for a series. Yeah, Sandstorm, the main character, was a female archaeologist. It was not Painter Crow who appears in that novel. But I liked Sigma. Once I finished that book, I started like, what's Painter doing now? I wanted to know more. But also, I had a resistance to doing the series. Your publishing house gives you a lot of pressure. Do a series, do a series, do a series, and I don't want to. And I had this problem with series. And it's what I call the Jessica Fletcher syndrome. And remember Murder, She Wrote? Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote. Every single week she stumbles over a dead body. I've never stumbled over a dead body. Every single week she's stumbling over a dead body, every dead body. It begins to strain your suspension of disbelief. That's why this one woman is always encountering dead bodies. The only resolution in my mind for that series was the final episode had to reveal that Jessica Fletcher was a serial killer. And that she's been framing everybody all along. That would make sense. The other problem is that no matter what jeopardy you happen to put Jessica Fletcher in, no matter how much you might want Jessica Fletcher to die in an episode, she won't. Because she's going to be on next week. And since you know that as the viewer or the audience, it's hard to put her in great jeopardy and have it work. Because well, she's not going to really die. So I had that problem with doing the series. It's how to make it so that one person is always getting into trouble. The fact that they're going to be in next week's episode, so it's hard to maintain jeopardy. But when I invented Sigma for Sandstorm, it was a team. I thought, well, I could build a series around a team. Because then the jeopardy can come from many different directions. And because it's a team, theoretically, certain people could die. So that risk is always there, because there could be somebody that could be recruited and take their place. So it allows me to maintain jeopardy with the group, and also, again, get around the Jessica Fletcher syndrome. Once I got past that hurdle, I thought, really, I'll do a series. Well, I still like to throw out occasionally some things from left field. The Alter Beaten I did recently with a female veterinarian out of New Orleans. That was a standalone. Blood Gospel that I wrote with Rebecca Cantrell borrows a little bit of the James Clemens, a little bit more of the fantasy / supernatural elements to the story. So sort of play the ground between those two. So dabble a little bit around the sides besides just doing the main series. I believe Bobby is saying I must end this now, so I'm going to, because I do whatever he says, or he won't let me on the bus. If you get a chance, the bus is parked across the street. It's worth walking over there and taking a peek of it. It's a crazy big bus with a cover jacket of Eye of God wrapped on the outside of it. Very cool. So I'm going to end it right there. Thank you very much. We'll start with a little bit of signing for those that would like to find out how Genghis Khan ties to the insubstantiality of Bob. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, really quick. So as you can tell, this aisle is just a little narrow. So if you wouldn't mind when you get up and you start forming the signing line, if you could just stack your chairs and just push them to either side, it'd be really helpful, and that way we can make sure everyone has time to talk to James. Thanks so much.
No. These are folders.
Oh, thank you.
Just flip it all open here and then put the dust jacket over like that. It'll just kind of help things when we get up there. Thanks.
So how'd I get one of those shirts?
Work for our
You
company.
take pictures?
I'll take one for you.
I got it. I got it.
Oh, okay. What did you
Fantastic. Thank you.
You don't have to.
Amanda, do you believe all these people? You know you should be in this crowd. Oh, man.
This guy up in James Rollins is one of Lydia's favorite authors. And so Tim came over here to buy a book and get it signed by the author that Lydia likes a lot.
And somewhere there's a bus. Oh, over there. Parked across the street at Walgreens. The bus is so big they had to park it across the street from the shopping center where the signing is. So while everybody's waiting, while everybody is waiting in line to get their sign, I'm going to be kind and let all the people who bought their books here get their book signed while we take a peek at James Rollins, the Eye of God bus. I wonder if they really save enough money on motels and hotels. If they save enough money on hotels and so forth by having that big ass bus. I wonder if it really saves that much money. But this is where we just came from. This is the little place we just came from. Oh crap. So somehow I missed that arrow. New York Times best-selling author James Rollins, 2013 National Book Tour. The Eye of God. Maybe I should, you think maybe I should push this button right here? Push button across that way, push button across that way. Okay, I think it knows I want to cross. And here we go. Hey, that was almost instant. Cool. Chirp, 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 cheek, cheek. That's not how that goes. Ooh, wee, chirpa, chirpa, cheek. How does that go again? So we are walking our happy selves over to the James Rollins Eye of God Sigmund Freud's novel bus, which is polluting by still running. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but earlier today he was in Clarksville. The first stop was up the road, so they had to roll this big puppy in. So here we are, James Rollins, Houston, San Antonio in one day, Austin and Dallas in one day, Oak City, Wichita, and Kansas City in one day, St. Louis, and then on to Indianapolis in one day yesterday, then Fort Knox, Fort Campbell, Fort Knox and Fort Campbell today, and here. And this is the end of the tour. Last stop, 1 week on the road. Well, wait a minute. How can it be 1 week on the road if today is Monday? Okay, long weekend. on sale June 25th. Okay, that's interesting. Amazon said June 20th. There's a guy in there playing on a device. Wonder if he's a driver. Okay, so there's the James Rollins tour bus. Say what? No, but say hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Tell her she missed a good one.
You missed a good one.
But your buddy took care of you and recorded it all.
But your buddy took care of you.